Renée Kathleen Zellweger is an American actress and producer. She is the recipient of numerous accolades, including an Academy Award, 4 Golden Globe Awards, and 2 BAFTA Awards. Zellweger was one of the highest-paid actresses in the world by 2007 and was named Hasty Pudding Theatricals Woman of the Year in 2009.
Born in Texas, Zellweger studied English literature at UT Austin. Initially aspiring to a career in journalism, she was drawn to acting following her brief work on stage during college. Following her film debut with a minor role in Richard Linklater's Dazed and Confused, Zellweger's first starring role came with the slasher film Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. She achieved wider recognition with starring roles in Jerry Maguire, One True Thing, Me, Myself and Irene, and Nurse Betty, winning her first Golden Globe for the lattermost. For her portrayals of Bridget Jones in the romantic comedy Bridget Jones's Diary and Roxy Hart in the musical crime drama Chicago, she garnered consecutive nominations for the Academy Award for Best Actress. She reprised her role as Jones in 2 equally successful sequels, Bridget Jones: The Edge of Reason and Bridget Jones's Baby.
Zellweger won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for playing a loquacious farmer in the epic drama Cold Mountain. She followed this with her portrayals of May Fox in Cinderella Man and author Beatrix Potter in Miss Potter. After starring roles in smaller-scale films, such as Appaloosa, My One and Only, and Case 39, she had a 6-year hiatus from the screen. In 2019, Zellweger starred in the Netflix thriller anthology series What's If and gained critical acclaim for her portrayal of Judy Garland in the biopic Judy, with the latter earning her a Golden Globe and BAFTA Award, in addition to a 4th Academy Award nomination.
Renée Kathleen Zellweger was born on April 25, 1969, in Katy, Texas. Her father, Emil Erich Zellweger, is from the Swiss town of St. Gallen and descends from an Appenzell noble family. He was a mechanical and electrical engineer who worked in the oil refining business. Her mother, Kjelfrid Irene, is Norwegian of Kven and Sami descent. Kjelfrid grew up in Eckerøy near Vadsø, as well as Kirkenes, and was a nurse and midwife who moved to the United States to work as a governess for a Norwegian family in Texas. Referring to her religious background, Zellweger has described herself as being raised in a family of lazy Catholics and Episcopalians.
Zellweger attended Katy High School, where she was a cheerleader, gymnast, speech team member, and drama club member. She also participated in soccer, basketball, baseball, and football. In 1986, her academic paper, The Karenka Was in Their Roots, won 3rd place in the first ever Houston Post High School Natural Science Essay Contest. After high school, she enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin, where she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English in 1991. While at the university, Zellweger took a drama course as an elective, which sparked her interest in acting.
In Zellweger's junior year, her father lost his job and was unable to support her at college, so she took a job as a cocktail waitress in Austin, Texas. Zellweger said of the job, "I learned a lot. As much as I did in my classes that club paid for. I learned not to judge people, that things are not black and white." Zellweger began getting small parts acting, and earned her Screen Actors Guild card for doing a Coors Light commercial. Also while in college, she did a bit part as a local hire in the Austin-filmed horror comedy film My Boyfriend's Back, playing the girl in the beauty shop, maybe 2 lines. But the beauty shop got cut. Her first job after graduation was working in a beef commercial, while simultaneously auditioning for roles around Houston, Texas.
While still in Texas, Zellweger appeared in several independent and low-budget films. One was A Taste for Killing, followed by a role in the ABC miniseries Murder in the Heartland. In 1994, she appeared in Reality Bites, the directorial debut of Ben Stiller, and in the biographical film 8 Seconds, directed by John G. Avildsen. Her first main role in a movie came with the 1994 horror film Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, alongside Matthew McConaughey, playing a teenager who leaves a prom early with 3 friends who get into a car accident, which leads to their meeting a murderous family, led by the iconic Leatherface. While the film went unnoticed, Joe Layden for Variety magazine lauded Zellweger, calling her the most formidable scream queen since Jamie Lee Curtis went legit.
In her next film, the crime comedy Love and A.45, Zellweger played a woman who plans a robbery with her boyfriend. Although the film received a limited release in theaters, Mark Savlov of Austin Chronicle applauded the main cast, saying they were all excellent in their roles, and noted that Zellweger's character, all squeals and caged sexuality, seems a bit too close to Juliette Lewis-Mallory Knox to be as fresh as it should be. The part earned her an Independent Spirit Award for Best Debut Performance. Zellweger subsequently relocated to Los Angeles, a move she had postponed several times because she believed she lacked the talent and experience to be a competitive actor in that city. She would next appear in the coming-of-age drama Empire Records. Rotten Tomatoes consensus was, despite a terrific soundtrack and a strong early performance from Renée Zellweger, Empire Records is mostly a silly and predictable teen dramedy.
Zellweger became widely known to audiences with Jerry Maguire, in which she played a single mother in the romantic interest of a glossy sports agent. The film received unanimous critical acclaim and grossed over $273 million worldwide. It was Cruise who chose her to play his love interest and later credited her with revealing the core humanity of the movie. Roger Ebert, showing approval of Zellweger and Cruise's chemistry in it, wrote, "The film is often a delight, especially when Cruise and Zellweger are together on the screen. He plays Maguire with the earnestness of a man who wants to find greatness and happiness in an occupation where only success really counts. She plays a woman who believes in this guy she loves, and reminds us that true love is about idealism." She was nominated for the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role.
In the religious drama A Price Above Rubies, Zellweger starred as a young woman who finds it difficult to conform to the restrictions imposed on her by the community. The film flopped at the box office, but Zellweger was applauded by some critics such as Ebert, who, once again impressed by her, stated that she gave a ferociously strong performance. Zellweger also starred in the 1998 drama One True Thing, opposite William Hurt and Meryl Streep, as a woman forced to put her life on hold in order to care for her mother who is dying of cancer. One True Thing took in a modest $23 million in the US, but had a positive critical response. Variety magazine's Todd McCarthy stated about Zellweger, projecting gravity and impatience that she hasn't shown before, "Zellweger is outstanding as the smart young woman who resents the interruption to her life's momentum but ends up growing in ways she never would have expected."
After playing the female lead opposite Chris O'Donnell in the little-scene romantic comedy The Bachelor, Zellweger starred in the Farrelly Brothers comedy Me, Myself, and Irene, with Jim Carrey, as a woman on the run for what she believes is a false accusation set up by her mob-connected ex-boyfriend. The film was a commercial success, grossing $149 million worldwide.
In Nurse Betty, a black comedy directed by Neil LaBute and alongside Morgan Freeman, Zellweger played a Kansas waitress who suffers a nervous breakdown after witnessing her husband's murder. San Francisco Chronicle found the actress to be a performer who emanates kindness and a pure heart, and Variety remarked, "Few actresses can convey the kind of honesty and humanity that Zellweger does here. It's hard to imagine the film without her dominant, thoroughly credible performance." She won her first Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, but she was in the bathroom when future co-star Hugh Grant announced her name. Zellweger later protested, "I had lipstick on my teeth."
In 2001, Zellweger gained the prize lead role of Bridget Jones, opposite Hugh Grant and Colin Firth, in the British romantic comedy Bridget Jones's Diary, based on the 1996 novel of the same name by Helen Fielding. The choice came amid much controversy since she was neither British nor overweight and did not smoke. During casting, Zellweger was told she was too thin to play the chubby, chain-smoking Bridget, so she quickly embarked on gaining the required weight and learning an English accent while she smoked herbal cigarettes. Besides receiving voice coaching to fine-tune her accent, part of Zellweger's preparations involved spending 3 weeks working undercover in a work experience placement for British publishing firm Picador in Victoria, London. Her performance as Bridget received praise from critics, with Stephen Holden of the New York Times commenting, "Ms. Zellweger accomplishes the small miracle of making Bridget both entirely endearing and utterly real." This role won her a second Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Actress, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and her first Academy Award and BAFTA Award nominations for Best Leading Actress. Bridget Jones's Diary was a major commercial success, earning $281 million worldwide.
Zellweger took on the role of a former actress serving as a foster mother, alongside Michelle Pfeiffer, in the drama White Oleander, for which she received a Satellite Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, Drama. She also portrayed Roxy Hart in the 2002 musical film Chicago, directed by Rob Marshall and co-starring Catherine Zeta-Jones, Richard Gere, Queen Latifah, and John C. Reilly. The movie garnered wide critical acclaim and won the Best Picture award at the 75th Academy Awards. Writing for the Daily Telegraph, Tim Roby labeled Chicago as the best screen musical, and the San Francisco Chronicle commented, "Zellweger is a joy to watch, with marvelous comic timing and, in her stage numbers, a commanding presence." She earned her second Academy Award and BAFTA Award nominations for Best Leading Actress, winning her second Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role.
In 2003, following the success of Chicago, Zellweger starred with Ewan McGregor in the little-scene romantic comedy Down with Love, as a woman advocating female independence in the 1950s and early 1960s, and appeared in Anthony Minghella's war drama Cold Mountain, opposite Nicole Kidman and Jude Law, playing a woman who helps a farmer following her father's presumed death. The film garnered several award nominations and wins for its actors. Zellweger won the award for Best Supporting Actress at the 76th Academy Awards, the 61st Golden Globe Awards, the 10th Screen Actors Guild Awards, and the 57th British Academy Film Awards.
In 2004, Zellweger provided her voice for the DreamWorks animated feature Shark Tale, and reprised her title role in Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason, which made $262 million around the globe and earned her a fourth Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy nomination. In 2005, she played the wife of world heavyweight boxing champion James J. Braddock in Ron Howard's drama Cinderella Man, opposite Russell Crowe and Paul Giamatti. In his review for the film, David Anson of Newsweek wrote that the actress has an uncanny ability to make us swallow even the most movie-ish moments. On May 24, 2005, Zellweger received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Zellweger portrayed acclaimed author Beatrix Potter in the biographical comedy Miss Potter, with Emily Watson and Ewan McGregor. She also served as an executive producer as she wanted to get more involved in the production. William Arnold, of Seattle Post-Intelligencer, concluded that Renée strikes just the right chord of inspiration, eccentricity, and uncompromising artistic drive. For her portrayal, she earned her sixth nomination for the Golden Globe Award. In 2007, she landed her voice in the animated family comedy B-Movie and was awarded the Women in Film Crystal Award.
With George Clooney in his directorial venture, the period comedy Leatherheads, about the early years of professional American football, Zellweger portrayed a Chicago Tribune newspaper reporter. The film received largely mixed reviews and made $13.5 million in its opening weekend, described as disappointing by website Box Office Mojo. MTV.com praised the actress for displaying an unexpected gift for drawling sarcasm, but Kevin Williamson for Website Jam criticized her role, remarking that she, as the kind of lippy heroine epitomized by Rosalind Russell, is miscast in a role that demands snark, not sleepy-eyed sweetness. In the Western Appaloosa, Zellweger played a beguiling widow opposite Ed Harris and Viggo Mortensen. The film earned critical acclaim but grossed a modest $20 million at the North American box office. Zellweger produced the made-for-television feature Living Proof, starring Harry Connick Jr., about the true story of Dr. Denny Slamon. It was co-produced by Craig Zadan and Neil Marone, and premiered in October 2008 on Lifetime Television.
Her next film was the 2009 comedy New in Town, in which she played a Miami high-powered consultant adjusting to her new life in a small Minnesota town. The movie rated poorly with reviewers and made a lackluster $16 million in its domestic theatrical run. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian stated that her rabbity, dumb pout, surely the strangest facial expression in Hollywood, simpers and twitches out of the screen in this moderate girly flick that adheres with almost religious fanaticism to the feel-good rom-com handbook. In 2009, she also provided her voice for a supporting character in DreamWorks' computer-animated 3D feature film Monsters vs. Aliens, and starred as the mother of actor George Hamilton in the comedy My One and Only, which despite being distributed for a limited release to certain parts of the United States only, was acclaimed by critics. Bill Gray, of Entertainment Weekly, felt that she played her part to her strengths, and reviewer Mick LaSalle found her performance to be a standout.
Zellweger took on the role of a social worker assigned to a mysterious girl in Case 39, a supernatural thriller she had filmed in 2006. The title had a lengthy post-production and was not released in theaters in the United States until 2010. It was universally panned by critics and only earned $5.3 million in its opening weekend, leading IndieWire to write that Zellweger faces an uncertain future as she was in an unforgiving industry that doles out few juicy roles for women over 40. The road drama My Own Love Song, in which she played a former singer suffering from paralysis, was screened at the 2010 Tribeca Film Festival and released for DVD.
After My Own Love Song was released, Zellweger took a 6-year hiatus from screen acting, as she found the time to go away and grow up a bit. Reflecting on this period of time in a July 2016 interview with British Vogue, she explained, "I was fatigued and wasn't taking the time I needed to recover between projects, and it caught up with me. I got sick of the sound of my own voice." In 2013, Zellweger co-created and executive-produced Cinnamon Girl, an original drama series set in the Hollywood movie and music scenes of the late 1960s and early 1970s, but the Lifetime network passed on the pilot.
Following her 6-year hiatus from acting, Zellweger made her career comeback opposite Colin Firth and Patrick Dempsey in the romantic comedy Bridget Jones's Baby, the third part in the Bridget Jones franchise, portraying Jones in her 40s and single as she discovers that she is pregnant and must work out who the father is. It was met with a positive response by critics and grossed $211.9 million worldwide. Village Voice found the movie to be the warmest and most satisfying of the series and concluded that Zellweger's wise, light-hearted performance anchors this happy reunion, a surprising and refreshing gift from a creative well that seemed to have run dry. In the crime drama The Whole Truth, directed by Courtney Hunt and opposite Keanu Reeves, Zellweger took the role of Loretta Lassiter, the mother of a teenager suspected of murdering his wealthy father. Filmed in New Orleans in July 2014, The Whole Truth was released on October 21, 2016, for selected theaters and video on demand, receiving average reviews. Variety remarked, "Truth be told, deserve better than this predictable courtroom drama."
In Same Kind of Different As Me, a film adaptation of the autobiographical book by the same name, Zellweger starred with Ji Min-hoon-soo, Olivia Holt, and Jon Voight, as the wife of an art dealer whose struggling relationship is changed for the better by a homeless man. The film received mixed reviews from critics and was a moderate commercial success. The rap, nevertheless, remarked, Zellweger, in fact, delivers a gentle, thoughtful, yet headstrong performance as the wife who digs in her heels to get human decency out of the people she cares for the most. She played the friend of a New York City singer who gets a life-changing medical diagnosis in the independent drama Here and Now, opposite Sarah Jessica Parker. Despite her brief appearance in the film, Entertainment Weekly saw it highlighted by the magnetic, barely concealing her suburban rage behind a cheerfully swirled glass of wine.
In 2019, Zellweger first starred as Anne Montgomery in the Netflix thriller miniseries What/If. Although the show received mixed reviews from critics, Zellweger's performance was praised, with Hyder Reifat of the Express Tribune writing, "Not to forego the incredible acting prowess of Zellweger, who impeccably embraces the character of Anne. Subtle gestures, symbolic interaction, and character development are some commendable aspects that intensify the actor's performances." In the same year, she starred as Judy Garland in the biopic Judy. Based on the West End and Broadway play End of the Rainbow, the film chronicles the last years of Garland's life, shortly before her death in 1969. Zellweger performed her own vocals in the film, and her songs had to be performed in front of a live audience. Judy premiered at the Telluride Film Festival to positive reviews, with Zellweger's performance garnering widespread critical acclaim and being considered by many critics to be the best of her career. Zellweger of Vanity Fair found her to be witty, sharp, and devastating in the title role and added that it is hard to tell where Garland stops and Zellweger starts. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone opined, "Zellweger performs miracles playing Judy Garland, singing her heart out, bearing her bruised soul and acting with a ferocity that ultimately rises to a state of grace." For her performance in Judy, Zellweger has won numerous awards, including the Golden Globe Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, and BAFTA Award for Best Leading Actress, in addition to receiving her 4th Academy Award nomination.
Zellweger has appeared on the covers and photo sessions of several magazines throughout her career. She appeared on the September 1997 cover of Vanity Fair, and in subsequent years, the list has grown to include Vogue, Detour, Allure, and Harper's Bazaar. Zellweger often attracts attention for her style on award shows and red carpet events, specifically for her frequent use of dresses designed by Carolina Herrera, a close friend who has worked with the actress for over 15 years after they met at a Costume Institute gala. She also is a frequent guest star at New York Fashion Week, among other fashion events.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.